So, what we were just doing, those equations that we had are called relations because they relate to quantities, whether it's x's and y's or any other set of data. Okay? We represent them graphically through a set of ordered pairs. It's not? What page is it? Oh my gosh.
No, it's not. Come on.
What is it? Is it 249? Okay, so 250 minus 1. There you go. All right. So we represent it by a set of ordered pairs, which are the xy's. The first component is the x, I just told you. Don't worry about that next put. That's kind of redundant. And the second is the y. Okay. I.e., basically all those two sentences are saying is that you write it like that, x and y. Okay? So with these three graphs, I would like you to tell me where graph 1 crosses the x-axis. What are the coordinates of the point at the x-axis where the graph crosses it? I.e., what is this point right here? What are the coordinates of that point? -3 and 0. That is it. Okay. Graph 2. What are the coordinates of the points where it crosses the x-axis? There's two different points. -2, 0 would be the one on the left, and the one on the right would be 3, 0. All right, the circle. Same points where they cross the x-axis. What are they? -4, 0 and 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what do all the points have in common? 4. What value? The y value, right? Remember, this is x, y. The y value equals 0. Y is equal to 0 on every one of those. Okay, same graphs. I want you to tell me where they cross the y-axis. So now we're dealing with this point. What's the first one? Not 5, 0. 0, 5, because the x value comes first. The second one, 0, 6. And the last one, these 2 points. Yeah, so 0, 4 and 0, -4. What do all these ones have in common? X is equal to 0. The first is equal to 0. Okay. May I flip the page? These are known as the X and the Y-intercepts. All right. Where they cross the X and Y axis are called the X-intercept, where it crosses the X axis, where it crosses the Y axis, the vertical one, called the Y-intercept. What you need to remember is, I'm going to write it in this little spot right here. The X-intercept is when y is 0, and the Y-intercept is when x is 0. You need to remember that. Okay? It will show up in this course again. It will show up in grade 11. It will show up in grade 12. It will show up forever. The x-intercept has a y-coordinate of 0, and the y-intercept has an x-coordinate of 0. So what that means, is if I give you an equation or a relation such as 3y is equal to 5x plus 15, and I say, what are the x and y intercepts? You can calculate them. So let's do the x-intercept first. X-intercept is when y is equal to 0. So all you do is put 0 in for y. Okay? X-intercept is when y is 0. So where my y is, I write 0. And then you solve for x. What's 3 times 0? 0. How do I solve for x? No, don't try to do it in your head because there'll be ones you can't do in your head. I want to know the process to solve for x here. So somebody said it. Subtract 15 from this side because you want to get x by itself. So you end up with negative 15 is equal to 5x. And then, what do I do? Divide by 5. What's 15 or negative 15 divided by 5? Yes, but I know, but you're going to have questions that you can't do in your head. So you have to understand the process. All right, so you write the x-intercept as an ordered pair. So the actual answer would be negative 3 and 0. All right, that is the x-intercept because it is a point on the graph and it occurs when y is 0 and the x value is negative 3. All right, the y-intercept. What's the value of x at the y-intercept? So you put x is equal to 0 into the equation. What's 5 times 0? 0. 3y is equal to 15. What do I do now? Divide by 3. And you get y is equal to 5. How do you write it as an ordered pair? 0 and 5. Is that okay? This unit has a lot of algebra in it. The next couple units have a lot of algebra. So if you need help with your algebra, please come in at lunch. All right. Here's a different function. X squared plus y squared is equal to 16. I want to know the x-intercept. What's the value of y? Okay, so put 0 into it. What's 0 squared? 0. How do I get x? What do I do? Square root? You square root both sides. What's my answer? Oh, that's only half of it. You get half marks for that. Why is it only 4? Why is it not just 4? It's still half of it. That's still half marks. Why is it only half marks? How do you get full marks? No. No. What's 4 times 4? What's negative 4 times negative 4? 16. So what's the square root of 16? Yes, you have to put the plus or minus. When you square root something, you get 2 answers. The positive root and the negative root. So I want them both. So the answers for this are 40 and negative 40. There's 2 x-intercepts. Okay? When you square root something, you get 2 answers. All right. Y-intercept, what's the value of x? Okay, do it. Please. You do it? Are we done? The numbers are the same, but they're not in the same spots. So you should get plus minus 4, correct? And this one is written as 0, 4 and 0, negative 4, because those are the y-intercepts.
Could I write it as 0 and then plus negative 4, like how you wrote it?
Plus minus 4, you mean?
Plus minus 4.
No, I just write the. Yeah. Okay, is that okay? Finding the x-intercepts, you just put y is equal to 0 and solve it. Finding the x-intercepts, you put, or reverse that. What did I say? Finding the x-intercepts, y is 0. Finding the y-intercepts, x is 0. I just want you to do numbers 1 and 2, please. And that will bring us up to the end of class.